the mid-grip pull down. This lat, bicep, and rear delt movement is very similar to the wide grip pull down, but it might bias the biceps a little bit more than the lats through EMG or electrical activity, though that difference may not be that significant. Either way, try to incorporate both the mid-grip and the wide grip pull down into your workout program if you have the time. Now, by mid-grip, I don't mean a close grip that has a limited range of motion because your arms run into your chest or your lats, but a mid-grip to me is a width that's about shoulder distance apart. Now, I prefer the mag grips that force you to have a false grip, which means that your thumb is over the top or on the same side as the rest of your fingers. Now, this false grip may anecdotally give you a little bit more mind-muscle connection, but it is not necessarily guaranteed. But in this movement, it is safe because if it does slip out of your hand, the weight goes up away from your body as opposed to coming crashing down on you as with a barbell bench press. Grabbing the bar, sitting yourself down. If that thigh pad is a little bit too loose, you can pull that pin, drop it a little bit lower so you can get more secure. Tucking yourself in almost all the way, but slightly outside of that. Puffing your chest up as if you're trying to meet your chest up to the bar. Pulling your shoulder blades down as the first phase, pulling them away from your ears as far as possible. It's called a scapular pull down. Once you've locked that in, you're holding that position as you pull your elbows down towards the floor until the bar either hits your chest or is just above it right in front of your collarbone. You're trying to keep that bar close. Release slowly. Breathing in, stretch out that lat, allow that bar to pull your shoulder blades apart. Lock the shoulders down as the foundation upon which you're gonna pull the elbows down. Exhale on the way down. Control, control, control. Drive down hard. The two things you should focus on the most when doing this motion is to lock down the shoulder blades and create that foundation. You're locking down the shoulder blades and you're holding that position throughout the entirety of the motion. And in the second phase, you're thinking about pulling the elbows down as if a puppeteer has a string on your elbow and is pulling your elbow down, keeping your hands and your forearm relaxed and loose. The reason you do that is so that when you pull through the elbow, you're working through the shoulder, targeting your lats, as opposed to a vice grip with a really stiff forearm, pulling through the handle, therefore working through your elbows and hitting your biceps, which isn't necessarily wrong, but if the target is the lats, then you want to pull through the elbow. Now, the mistake I see people make the most is locking down the shoulders correctly, as most people are pretty good at that, but as they pull their elbows down, they can't finish the rep, so they switch places between the shoulder and their elbow just to get that bar down. If you can't get that bar down without shifting those shoulders forward, terminate the set and move on to the next. To make sure the movement ends up looking good every single time, one simple cue is just opening up the shoulders and the chest. If you puff your chest up and you can open up the shoulders, then there's a very low chance that your shoulders will come forward or you'll mess up the movement.
Book your personal training consultation today.